All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Orsum, and in this short 5-minute video, I'm going to basically explain how to start contributing to open source. So, to be very transparent, this is my first time thinking about and implementing, supporting, and pushing code to an open source project, right? So, I've never done this before, but in this tutorial, I'm just sharing what I've learned and how you can essentially start, right? So, this is just my first open source project, and it's going to be an attempt to contribute um, to Putter, right? So yeah, let's get into this. So first up, we have, well, why would you be interested in contributing to open source, and what exactly is it? So open source is just a type of project, right? And what that means is anybody can contribute to it. In the sense, does not mean you just like you can write something and it will just get accepted, but it has the possibility of being accepted, right? So what this means is like the product team for this product is not just some specific group of people, but anybody can contribute as long as your contribution is good, if that makes sense. So I don't want us to be thinking that, hey, I can just like type in some code and I can just push it, because if you do that, that's going to screw up things. So it does not mean that you can just push anything, but it does mean that you can contribute if your contributions are accepted. With that said, why is open source great? Open source is good for demonstrating that number one, you have technical skills, but you also have problem solving skills. But third, it's showing that you can work with people, right? You can go through the work and the stuff that other people have been doing. You can understand it. You can figure out what needs to be improved. You can follow on commands, and then you can produce your own stuff and then make sure it works with the existing stuff and improve it. So it really just shows that you can actually make impact. And I think that's what really draws me to open source, and like at least having some open source contribution under my belt, some of this experience, because it really just demonstrates that you know how to insert yourself into a team, into a product, and that you can make a positive impact, right? So that's why you should do open source. And I don't have everything figured out right now, but this is my understanding of why it's important. So for my first open source contribution project, I'm gonna work, as I said, with Putter, and Putter, and like what exactly is Putter, right? And you don't need to work on Putter, by the way. You could work on like some other open source project, and like you can look them up. There's like so many of them. But I decided to work with Putter. Putter is it is, if you want to think about it, it's like a cloud-based operating system, right? It's like a cloud-based open source as well, open source OS operation system, where you can basically do everything that you do on your Mac or Windows, just using like a web page, right? All of your stuff can be in that place. It's like a virtual thing. But I wouldn't say it's like a virtual environment. Yeah, it's like a virtual operating system. Um, And so yeah, I chose it because it's like really, really, really popular. I think it's the biggest open source right now, on GitHub. I might be wrong though. Don't quote me. But yeah, it's open source, cloud-based, operating system. Sorry, I don't have any pictures over here. But we're gonna go and like check out their GitHub, and it's really nice, right? Um, it's like, um, well, let me check actually on my cell phone. Yeah, so Putter is actually the fastest growing open source project, and it surpassed MongoDB in GitHub stars. So yeah, it's a pretty big thing. And so the next slide is like, okay, how do I make a contribution? So I decided to work on this project, but what do I do? And so the first step is like really just finding an issue for yourself, right? So we can like traverse over here to this part on GitHub. So I'm over here at Putter. And then what we can do over here is we can basically go to issues, right? So this is the whole Git for Putter. So you go to issues, and if you go to issues and it's like open, it's showing you all of the possible issues you can work on, and there's like so many of them. So if you're beginning, which I am beginning as well, you probably want to look for like good first issue, right? It says good for newcomers. And you click on one of these, and that's going to update the search. So now it's just going to give you all of the beginner issues, and these are all of like the beginner issues, by the way, just these guys. So you can click on any one of them, and let's say maybe we click on this one, and now you can see like some admin from Putter put this up yesterday, and they're explaining what needs to be done. So like somebody could like work on this. So this was like yesterday. And this guy actually already like 9 hours ago, he said he's interested. Oh, and then he got it assigned. So basically you have to like get it assigned to you as well, which is they give you permission to like work on it or something, I guess. I'm not entirely sure about this, but after like you got this step done, what happens is you're probably gonna go back to code, and you're gonna like create a branch or something. So you're gonna clone this and then make a new branch. And clone this from here and make a new branch, work on your thing, make sure the addition that you made works, doesn't break anything, and then you can push it back. Um, and so yeah, that's really just the first step, which is to like pick an issue to work on, like one that you're interested. The second question is that you can like join support channels. I'm pretty sure, and so over here, basically you can check up like a lot of the stuff about Putter as well. Um, Let me see. So yeah, they always have support, these open source projects. And so there must be like a Slack channel. So there's a Discord channel, by the way. So you can join this, ask your questions, go to Reddit. A lot of like self-initiative that you have to take yourself, but super fun as well. Um, and so yeah. So the second step is really just like understand the space you're in. So, like, do you understand what it does? Have you done like a demo? Have you checked all of this stuff out? Have you like opened all of these files and directories and like seen what's inside of them, right? Have you done all of that? Second step is really just understanding. Third step is to actually like run the thing, I guess, on your local computer. So you just like you should know very well what the product is, what it does, what are the strengths, the limitations, and what is it that exactly you want to change, and then you make that contribution, you test it out on your local device, and if everything seems perfect to you, then you push it to the person. You push it, basically you make so it's not a push, actually it's like PR, it's like a pull request. So you're saying like, hey, do you want to integrate this, and then I guess the admin for like um your issue could perhaps decide if it's good enough, and then they could integrate it. But yeah, that's basically how you contribute to open source. I really love researching this and thinking about this. Next step for me is actually just like work on one of these like original issues. I'm not sure how hard they're going to be, but I'm just excited to like make an attempt, download this stuff, and like try one of these like probably which somebody's not working on. So, oh, something's happening here. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna like get to this, and then hopefully something happens out of this. We have some work to show, and then I'll make another video on it. I'll walk us through on like what I've learned more, and then I'll share with you guys. Thank you for watching this. Once again, if you have any questions, happy to answer. Take care. God bless.